Gentlemen, while you were curled up in a corner in the fetal position crying like a baby during the November 2025 global outage of merge tactics, Supercell snuck in a few major updates. So we're going to run through them right now relatively quickly. Firstly, I've got to give my condolences because rest in peace to my boy, Goblin Machine. You will not be forgotten. You are in our hearts. And look how they massacred my boy. If you get that reference, drop it in the comments below. But the Goblin Machine's rockets that he sends out after a certain number of hits now no longer stuns enemies. That is absolutely huge for any backline troops you may have. So archers or blasters indirectly got a buff because of the removal of the stun from the Goblin Machine's rockets. The other thing they did do, which is a slight, ever so slight buff, but overall it's a big nerf, is the rockets now deal 100% bonus damage. Before they used to deal 50% bonus damage. The major change that they made was nerfing the Juggernaut trait. You used to be able to have the shield for 11 seconds and now it's only 10 seconds. I think this is a neater change. They also reduced the max HP you get from the shield. It used to be 30% max HP when you had 2 Juggernaut units and 50% max HP shield when you had 4 units. Now it's 20% and 40% respectively. The Dart Goblin also received a pretty substantial nerf with his hit speed being slightly increased and his HP also being slightly increased. The HP is actually a little bit of a buff, but the hit speed taking longer to shoot is a pretty big nerf because the Dart Goblin requires that hit speed to get going, especially with the Ranger's trait. The Golden Knight also took a pretty big hit because he used to be able to dash infinitely and now his dashes are capped to 3. Nobody is safe in this update because the Xe also took a decent hit with its damage being slightly reduced. It was quite an oppressive card and a little bit too strong in my opinion, so I think this is a worthwhile change. Now we're moving into the buffs and the E-Giant got a little bit of an HP buff. I think he's still dog water honestly, but we'll see how it plays out. Now the Bandit got a pretty big buff in that the number of hits required to dash has been reduced. Previously it was 5 for level 1, 4 at level 2, 3 at level 3, and 2 hits required at level 4, 4 stars for the Bandit to dash. Now that has been reduced by 1 for each level, so 4, 3, 2, 1 respectively, effectively making the Bandit a little bit stronger. I don't think we're going to see the Bandit return to its former glory in Season 1 where it was just way too strong, but at least it is a little bit more viable now. The second last one is Skeleton Dragon's got a slight buff to its HP and also its attack damage. Hopefully it makes it a viable card in the early game because I am probably the #1 hater of the Skelly Dragons. I think they're absolutely useless and I hope that I am proven wrong and actually convinced or influenced to now finally start to play the Skelly Dragons. Let's see. And the last major change in this update is that the Witch got a slight buff to her damage. She was alright at level 1 and really started to pick up her power at 2 stars, 3 stars, and 4 stars. So it's interesting that they made this change to her damage. Maybe it makes her more viable early game. I guess we'll have to see. That's all for the update. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy Merge Tactics, subscribe and follow for more. It's going to be a good season. Cheers.